very day, Pahalgam in Jammu and Kashmir came under attack, an attack that left 26 people dead and shook the country to the core. But today, 1 year after, we remember the fallen. We also celebrate India's fury that followed against Pakistan. 1 year later, India remembers Operation Sindoor, a mission led by Modi government that did not just hunt down but decimated Pakistan's terror infra. Watch this. Well, and he has also taken to social media. He has said, and I quote, "On this day, we remember the innocent lives we lost in the horrific Pahalgam terror attack." Let me tell you what he has said as he remembers the innocent lives that were lost in the Pahalgam terror attack last year. The grief and the pain of losing our people still remain in the heart of every Indian. Terrorism is the greatest enemy of humanity against which we must stand united to fight and defeat. India will continue its zero tolerance policy against terrorism and those who harbor it. So in this post as well, a strong message that has been given to Pakistan that India will continue with the zero tolerance policy when it comes to terrorism and those who harbor it, alluding to Pakistan right here. So that is a message that is coming from Union Home Minister as well, remembering those people, 26 people who lost their life as far as Pahalgam terror attack is concerned. And today, Pahalgam is not just a scar, it is a crown of resilience. Tourism is booming in the valley, the tricolor is flying high, and the message to the sponsor of terror, that is Pakistan, is loud and clear. If you strike us, we will finish you. The valley is breathing again. Have a look at these special reports that have been filed by my colleague from Pahalgam, showcasing the revival of that region.
In a major developmental push, Jammu and Kashmir government has now allotted around 6 crore rupees for the construction of a road connecting Baisaran Valley with Pahalgam. We are in fact right now in Pahalgam, and from this particular spot, Baisaran Valley is around 6 kilometers. So last year on 22nd of April, when there was this massive terror attack that claimed lives of 26 people, including 25 tourists, what was basically witnessed after the attack was the basically response time of security forces, as well as the difficulties that people basically faced in carrying out rescue operation, because the track up to Baisaran Valley is most difficult. Following that, a rigorous exercise was undertaken, and as a matter of which Jammu and Kashmir government has now allotted around 6 crore rupees for the construction of road from Pahalgam to Baisaran Valley. This road will be basically used in emergency purposes, in medical emergencies, and for rest of the period, tourists will have to trek to the particular Baisaran Valley, or in fact to ride a pony and then in fact to reach the Baisaran Valley and explore its beauty, because it's a very, very sensitive area. Jammu and Kashmir government is also planning to construct a ropeway or cable car project in Pahalgam, and that will basically connect Baisaran with Pahalgam. And for that, Jammu and Kashmir government is seeking mandatory clearances from Forest Department and as well as other concerned agencies.
We showed you reaction that is coming from Prime Minister Modi and Union Home Minister Shah. Let me also tell you what Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Omar Abdullah has to say on this. He has also taken to social media on the Pahalgam attack anniversary, saying, and I quote, "1 year on, we remain united against terror and against violence. We remain resolute in our desire to rid Jammu and Kashmir of suffering and innocent deaths. We remain committed to doing everything to ensure it never happens again. We remain in eternal solidarity with the families who lost their loved ones 1 year ago in this cowardly attack. May the souls of the victim of the terror attack rest in peace." So this is the larger message that Omar Abdullah, who's the Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir, saying that India remains united when it comes to terror and against violence as well. Let me get you more perspective and go across to my colleague Sahil Suhail, who's been tracking all the details. Good morning, Sahil. 1 year after the attack, Jammu and Kashmir is writing a story of growth, not only in tourism, as you have been reporting from there, that tourism is booming once again, but startup as well, investment and income of the people there as well. Tell us more about this.
Well, exactly a year after Pahalgam terror attack, things have really now changed back to normal, and gradually tourist places like Pahalgam are again basically witnessing tourism arrivals. The officials in tourism department tell us that just yesterday, around 6,000 tourists, including foreigners from countries like Malaysia, from in fact UAE and other countries, have already arrived in Pahalgam. So the tourism story is growing again, and in fact the tourist arrival has in fact started increasing again. We are here at in fact the Martyrs Memorial, and here tourists are also basically visiting this place, pausing, reflecting, and in fact paying respects to all those in fact tourists who laid down their lives in Baisaran Valley. When it comes to investment and when it comes to other growth sectors of Jammu and Kashmir, we had seen after 2019 there was a major push by the Jammu and Kashmir government, by the LG administration, to basically attract investments from in fact other the entrepreneurs and others in Jammu and Kashmir, as a result of which there have been multiple industrial sectors that have been set up by the Jammu and Kashmir government, and the major focus area was tourism sector. And after 2019 we had seen in fact number of tourists in crores basically visiting Jammu and Kashmir. G20, a mega event, basically was held in Srinagar, and that is what basically pushed this tourism sector to upscale. But then there was this brutal Pahalgam terror attack, and one of the aim appears to be of terrorists was to derail the tourism sector, but they have failed in causing any major damage to the tourism sector, because the people of India have basically realized that in fact they need to visit back Jammu and Kashmir, and while there was security audit taking place of these tourist places by the LG administration, but gradually those tourist spots including Pahalgam were reopened for the tourists. And today, and I'm speaking from the Martyrs Memorial from Baisaran, we have a success story of tourism revival in Pahalgam itself. Last year in the month of in fact March and April, around 1,99,000 tourists had visited Pahalgam, but this year again it's in fact 1,38,000. So the figures are basically coming closer, and that is what basically is relieving for the local residents as well, because they are wholly solely dependent on tourism sector here in Pahalgam, be it a pony wala or in fact other service provider or a hotelier. They all depend on tourism sector. So gradually now things are in fact normal. The normalcy is returning in Pahalgam with security forces ensuring foolproof security arrangements, be it inside their presence and domination inside the forest areas, or in fact initiatives like your-based code that the service providers have been provided to ensure the authenticity and in fact make sure that the relation between the tourist and the service provider is
absolutely. And Jammu and Kashmir is writing a story of growth. As you also mentioned, the tourism is booming there, investment is also coming, and the valley is getting back to normal. Stay on with us, we have more reaction coming in. Now, on the first anniversary of the Pahalgam terror attack, the country stands united against terrorism. We have a reaction coming in from LG of Jammu and Kashmir. He has also paid tribute to the Pahalgam victims on social media. In fact, he has mentioned humble tributes to the innocent souls who lost their lives in the gruesome terror attack in Pahalgam on this very day in 2025. Their memory endures in our hearts. My thoughts and prayer are with their families as well. So a flurry of reactions coming in from Prime Minister, from Union Home Minister, the Chief Minister, and now this one from LG of Jammu and Kashmir, paying humble tributes to those who lost their life in this tragic incident. And today hope is returning to the valley once again as locals piece together their lives and tourists make their way to the Kashmir Valley. However, for the 26 families who suffered the pain of the terror, the trauma still remains etched in their mind even as they try to move on with their lives. Times Now spoke to the families of the Pahalgam terror victims. Listen in to what they have to say.
तो इस चीज़ को आप कैसे भुला सकते हो? इस चीज़ के साथ आप कैसे जीते हो? ये सवाल मैं सबसे पूछना चाहूँगी जिन लोगों को ये होता होगा कि ये कैसे मूव ऑन कर गए हैं या फिर इनका भी सब ठीक चल रहा है. ऐसा नहीं होता है. जब अपना एक बैकबोन क्रैक हो जाता है तो अपनी पूरी बॉडी को खड़ा करना बहुत मुश्किल हो जाता है. वैसे हमारी अभी लाइफ हो गई है. हम जी रहे हैं क्योंकि हमारी ज़िंदगी बाकी है अभी जीना, पर इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि हम हम स्टेबल हो चुके हैं या फिर अभी हम इस चीज़ से बाहर निकल रहे हैं. हम अभी भी वो मोमेंट जीते हैं, हर रोज़ जीते हैं.
दिमाग स्टेबल नहीं है अभी भी. और जैसे ही सोचता हूँ, जैसे आज भी आपने पूछ लिया, मैं इसको कुरेदना ही कहूँगा घाव को, कोई भी आता है पूछता है तो दोबारा से उसी ग्रीफ में पेन में चले जाते हैं। बहुत टाइम लगता है फिर दोबारा से स्टेबल होने में, अपने आप को स्टेबल करने में, सो दैट कि मैं अपनी फैमिली को भी संभाल पाऊँ। अभी मैं नहीं संभल पाया खुद भी, और फैमिली को मैं कुछ हद तक ये है कि उनके साथ टाइम बिता करके, उनके साथ रह करके जितना मैक्सिमम टाइम दे सकता हूँ, जितना मैक्सिमम उनको कंसोल कर सकता हूँ, तो आई एम ट्राइंग माई बेस्ट।
All right, things are getting back to normal in Jammu and Kashmir. The tourism is booming, but on the first anniversary of the Pahalgam terror attack, flurry of reactions coming in. We'll continue to get you more details on this. With this, we're taking a very short break. More news and updates on the other side.